So the eagle teaches us to see the light. And what we see from the light, we see that we are that light too. But it's not only to see, it's about to be aware. What does it mean to be light? What kind of qualities has that light? Every light has unique gifts that is a contribution for the evolution of life. But each of us, we can experience the qualities. The first quality for us is clarity. We have to be very clear. We come from deep love of Pachatata and Pachamama, cosmic father, cosmic mother. Okay? If we know that we come from this deep love, we understand that we are love. When we know that we are love, we change our perception of life. Okay? We are not the history anymore. We are not the victims anymore. We become in that light as love, and as love we can clarify our histories. We can clarify the densities of our lives, the experiences of heavy energies. Very important, that clarity. If we are clear in our purpose of life, we can much easier manifest whatever we want to manifest in life. It's very important to be clear, but start to be clear that we come from love and we are love. Then we are transparent, which is the other quality. The transparency is a way to be honest with ourselves, to see our gifts and to see our weakness. See, everything is proportional. As we have great gifts, we have some weakness. Okay? So if we see the weakness, so we can harmonize. If we don't see it, if we are not honest with it, we are just covering that we bring unbalance. So it's about to bring balance and harmony to our lives. It goes by watching what is that we need to improve, so we can be better every day. Because it's not one day to other day, I'll change today and tomorrow I'm going to. Of course, you can start that day, but it's the process. And everyday challenges give us the opportunity to see if we are improving or not. So we can experience and share our warmth, the other quality. Other sun is warm. Everybody waiting, warm temperature is great. And our inner sun also is warm. So how we see if we are warm or we are cold? We see it in the self-conversations. Okay? In the self-conversations, the longest conversation we have is with ourselves. So we can see if we use warm words or cold words. Our tendency is to use cold words, Oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not gonna be successful, I'm not gonna be happy, I'm not in the right moment, I am not in the track, I am not in this. Whatever comes from the ego, from the victim. Culture always pulls us to the heavy energies. Okay? So if we are warm, if we use warm words, we will notice that the warm words always comes from the heart, always comes from the inner wisdom, always is the truth. Always. There is no word that comes from your heart that's not true. Always is true. Only the cold words are lies. You see? And those lies we practice every day. We don't plan to do that. But as we are, the weather, the traffic, whatever, everything is a good excuse to use cold words. But as we are in the inner sun, as we are in our hearts, always we can bring warmth to our lives, so the affection to our relations change. See? So we are, we can say, an expression of that love. If we are in the inner sun, we are warm, and we can share the way to expand our love. How we expand our love? We want to have somebody giving us something so we can expand. Only we can do it. We use warm words with ourselves, we expand in love. We start to love ourselves. We use warm words with others, we are expanding love. So we can experience then the luminosity, because we break this resistance, okay, to use warm words. So then we start to see the weakness and the gifts, the luminosity of our talents. Everybody has amazing talents, amazing gifts, but sometimes with the cold words, sometimes from our communities, from the families, from whatever tradition is, these limitations sometimes, to don't let flow these gifts, the luminosity of our soul. So then we start to accept, say, oh, with the warm words, it's a positive thinking. You see? So as we accept that, we say, oh, I have amazing gifts. I am so beautiful. I am great, I am talented. I am rich. You see? I am. And I accept that. And I am really what I want to be. I am alive. And this life brings all these ingredients of beauty, of abundance. It's all natural. Okay? So we can understand the meaning of the fulgurancy, which is the enthusiasm for life. So we can really understand we are a contribution for life. So how we can bring more beauty, how we can bring more warmth, more affection, more solidarity. By the way, sol every day, solidario in Spanish, every day. So we can understand, the meaning of brightness. Then we understand it's not only about the brightness of the mind, it is about the brightness of the heart, the brightness of the inner sun, the brightness of the soul. This is what's missing in our communities, in our planet, in the ways how we organize. We have elections in Peru, and we are fighting who's going to bring the transformation. But the truth is that the transformation is in each of us. If we don't transform ourselves, nobody's going to transform our countries, our planet, our great, in the cosmos, our great spirit is always ready for us, so we can just jump away to be in that light, is when we understand the meaning of light. When we understand that we have our own light for our path. Okay? Very important. We don't need to turn off the light for somebody else. We need our own light to shine, to bring that clarity. Other ways, we are not growing. We grow with our own light. And then, of course, we can inspire others. We can bring more harmony with all our relations, and that's the way how we see if we are growing or we are not growing. Okay? So these qualities of the light are very important. Then we understand the meaning of enlightenment, which is just one step between the darkness to the light. Very simple, huh? Very simple, but let's practice. It's all about to practice. You know how we practice? The first thing we do every day is to remember that light in our heart. When you awake, you remember what you have to do. What about if we remember that light first? And then we do what we have to do. And you will see the difference. It's different. Different the one of to do, the one of to be. I am. You see? Not I do. Huh? I am. This is the more important. So I am that light. I am the children of the sun. The children of the sun remembers when awakes, oh, that light here. Great. That's the extra for in the ordinary world. With this extra, we make extraordinary world. We start with our own extraordinary day. Because whatever we do based in that light, that's love, we can make an extraordinary day, extraordinary months, years, extraordinary life. So it's just that switch, see? The perception of life, that light. Very simple. It's all about practice. At the beginning, it's not that easy to remember that I am that light, But our ancestors, in order to really to practice, that will be, facing the Father Sun, we just open our arms. Oh, we just surrender. We let the light of the Father Sun touch the inner sun. And from there, from the inner sun, we go to the cells, to all the body, and we see the light body. As we connect with that, we bring the right hand with love, without fear. The greeting to yourself. When I start to practice this, I start to see in other people light. The tendency we have to see in the others what we see inside. As much we practice to see that light inside, we start to see the light in everybody and in everything. Everything comes from light. All is light, all is love. The practice makes really the difference. Otherwise, it's just information. Intellectuals can make beautiful theories about it, but practice, everyday practice. Even you are in a hurry, whatever, just remember that you wait, stretch it, that light. If you can connect to this, magnificent. That is really the most simple and powerful practice we can have ever. Let the light touch your light. That's why the old greeting was Alim Unchai or Alim Unchao. That means the light of the Father Sun in you is magnificent. You understand? It's like to say blessings from the light. So the greeting was to bless. Because we are blessing each other. Because all life is blessing. All expressions of life is blessings. So we remember that we are not lonely. Everything is supporting us. So every time we can just be open to get that blessing with the beauty of the nature, with the birds, with the plants, with the Father Sun, with the Mother Moon, with the Mother Earth, with the water talking, and we just open. But when we're just on the mind, measuring everything, we lose that magic of life. We are too busy in the mind, in the future that never happens. What's really happening is right. That's the only truth we have. That's the real thing. We enjoy to be children of the sun, children of the Mother Earth, and wherever we go, we are grateful for this life, to the Divine Mother, to the Divine Father. So let's practice. Let's practice first the greeting to the Father Sun, which is the greeting to yourself. Do you greet yourself? Oh, we don't have much practices to greet ourselves. We greet others, But it's important to greet ourselves, to remember right in the morning as we open to the light. Okay? So we will do the practice of the greeting to the sun, One of the ways is just to hold the hands. And we just face east. Very early in the morning we can see the sun directly, but at this time, for example, like 10, we just see a moment and we close our eyes and we see that light in our heart. And when we see it in our heart, from our heart we go to the cells, to the bones, to the glands, different organs. If we have any pain, any issue in the body, we focus there. and we put more light, and we can experience the light, the healing powers of the light, the harmonizing powers of the light, the power of the light that tries the density, it evaporates, it transforms what we need to transform. We bring after to see this body in light. All around us is light. All is light, and we can see the bubble of light around us. We are a bubble of light. And as we are a bubble of light, we bring the right hand to the heart, the left to the solar plexus, with much gratitude. Ajim Unchai. Ajim Unchai. Huh?